very good morning to all. My name is Nazaria Baharudin, and I'm currently the Deputy Chief Statistician for Social and Technical Program, and I've served the department for about 30 years, and I have experience in many divisions under DOSM, like the Research and Development Division, the Manpower and Social Statistics Division, the Training Division, now is already the Institute of Training for Malaysia, as well as the Corporate Division, the Services Division. And prior to that, I have served the Ministry of Human Resources as a cadre officer for 13.5 years, a long time ago. Okay, the first and foremost, I think statistics evolves. Since the very beginning, the needs for statistics differs and it evolves along with time. For instance, for the Roman Empire, the first thing that they did, during their reign is to get the population figures. And I've already checked. During the Roman Empire, they have like 65 million of the population within the Roman Empire, and this represent at that point in time 20% of the world population. So Roman Empire is a very big one, and studies showed that the life expectancy of those people during the Roman Empire is about only 25 years, as compared to Malaysia. Now we have like for the male 74 years and the female 77 years. So at that point in time, there are issues with the statistic of the life expectancy. They know there are issues with regards to the population because the life expectancy is only at 25. So for Malaysia, we start with the British actually. When they were in Peninsular Malaysia at that point in time, the first thing that they did is conduct the population census. So first and the foremost, they look for the population. They want to know how much is the population within Peninsular Malaysia. So they continue with other censuses, and at the same time, they also collect the agriculture statistics, especially with regard to estates. Because you know, British, they have many plantations in Malaysia, and some is still here in Malaysia. Okay, and although the ownership already changed to Malaysia, of course. And then the other one, they are very interested because they export a lot of iron, tin ore from Malaysia, and other like the spices and whatnot from Malaysia. So they also develop the trade statistics. And for Malaysia, we have the Statistics Bureau in 1949, and we have the Statistics Ordinance in 1949. So in that ordinance, they already stipulated the kind of statistics that need to be collected. And furthermore, with the Statistics Act in 1965, it is also stipulated the kind of statistics that need to be collected by the Department of Statistics to serve the nation. So it encompasses statistics from the agriculture to the mining and quarrying to manufacturing and the services sector. So it all encompassing of all the sectors within Malaysia. But then in the Act, it also stipulates that we need to also collect information as what the nation needs. So if you see from 1965, besides the basic statistics that I mentioned just now, we already try to serve the government in terms of providing new statistics. For instance, even for GDP, we already have the satellite accounts for ICT, for tourism, and the stakeholders are also requesting for new statistics, such as like even for the sports, and then for the cooperative, they also want to know about what is the contribution of the cooperative to the GDP. And in terms of indexes, we already have a complete sort of indexes, except with the agriculture, we have developed over time. And then in terms of statistics, I think keep moving on. Now we are moving into the digital era. So we have developed our e-commerce, question on e-commerce. So we try to estimate the contribution of e-commerce to the GDP. So, and the other thing in terms of planning, I think the government, like in the very beginning, maybe it's just enough to have the national figures and some state figures. But now you see the local authority, they also need statistics to plan for the local authority. So what we are doing now, we are trying to get as many as possible statistics at local statistic level. So we have started with a few, like for instance, for the labour force, and also for this year, we are moving for ICT household, even to get the local authority statistics. And one of our big initiative is actually to publish the My Local Stats. My Local Stats try to encompass all statistics that are available up to the district level, both in terms of economic, environment, as well as demographic statistics. So I think the need for statistics will not be static, it's always evolve, and we, as the National Statistical Office in Malaysia, DOSM, must be able to produce those statistics and find ways and means how to produce. And this Congress is actually an opportunity for us to learn from our counterparts from the 130 countries who has participated in this Congress. I think for Malaysia, it's a little bit like, not like the developed countries. For the developed countries, I think it's already instilled in their populations, for whatever decisions, they must use statistics. Like for us, we also need to know about statistics, especially when we want to go out to work. We need to know about the traffic, and then we need to know whether it's raining or not raining, whether we need to bring an umbrella or otherwise. So that one we unconsciously, we take note of the statistics, but we don't always relate to the rest of the statistics, especially official statistics. I think the first thing that the public need to know, the challenges that we face at DOSM, is to let the public knows about all the statistics that we have. So we have a very good strategy now. Not only we use the publication and the web, to promote our statistics, but we also use social media. So as we all know, every year we have 300 publications, and we already have stats alert, the one that we promote to the public with simple infographics about the statistics to the public. We push to the publics. So I think the first thing public need to know about the statistics. Secondly, they need to know how to use the statistics. That is also very important. And we have different kind of users, from the basic users up to the stakeholders who are using the statistics seriously, especially like for instance now, we are planning for the 12th Malaysia plan. So I think the challenge for the Department of Statistics is to address the publics, the normal, the basic population that will use the statistic, as well as the stakeholders, as well as the researchers, more serious user of statistics. And the third one is actually we need to make them know about the impact of statistics on their lives. Normally, normal population will say like everything goes well, economic goes well, and then the progress is well, but they don't know behind that is the statistics. If we don't have the statistics, how can the government plan for the population, for as simple as for housing, as simple as job opportunities? That is very important, and as well as for the industries to work, and to have their businesses here. So a lot. I think the challenges is the different types of users and the kind of statistics that are relevant to them, and how we want to promote to them to make sure they know about the statistics, where to get the statistics, how to use the statistics, and what is the impact of statistics on them. And again, I think I can relate also to the requirements, as I mentioned earlier, whereby the requirements has increased, from not only from the national level, people need not only at the state level, but to the local authorities level. And even I can share you one experience when I was talking with the Deputy Minister of Ministry of Women and Family Affairs. She even wants to know by sub-district, certain areas. So I think the requirements and the challenges is there. It's for the department to take all the necessary steps for us to meet the requirements and to meet the challenges for the needs of statistics. Thank you.